I'm just like you, you're just like me. We can't stop watching these movies. Is it a curse? No, it's a dream come true. Yes, I'm a Barbie girl like you.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for the 2-year anniversary meeting of the Barbie Council. I'm Brianna,
And I'm Kevin.
and every month we're diving into a new movie from the ever expanding Barbie cinematic universe. While our meetings are available to the general public, the content is not suitable for children. Today we're covering Barbie, a Fairy Secret.
Hard to believe it's already been 2 years.
Wow, time
24
flies.
episodes of Barbie. And there's
Look at
still
us
so much
go.
more to go. I'm excited for the next year, for the next 2 years,
Yes.
because there's a lot to work through. The Barbie
Oh,
cinematic
yeah.
universe is ever expanding, and there's always going to be more for us to talk about. But thank you to everyone who's been listening for the last 2 years, and we're excited to keep it going for the next 2 years and beyond. But let's get into it. Let's talk about Barbie: A Fairy Secret. This one's good. Continuation of Fashion Fairy Tale. We're just rolling right along. Same universe, a lot of the same characters.
Yeah, it's great to have him back. I love me some Ken.
The
And
best
we got
part,
Raquelle.
they removed the one thing that was bad about Fashion Fairy Tale. The pets are gone. Sequin,
Yeah,
like, I don't know, died
died.
between the last movie and this one, although it feels like everybody's the same age. So,
Or maybe she stayed in Paris with Jacques.
yeah, that's possible.
Whatever.
I would say that's unfortunate because Jock is disgusting, but then that means that they're all just off screen, and that's great.
Yeah.
Technically, one of the cat came back as like a
Yes.
fairy cat in the fairy universe of this, but they're different.
And then there was a dog from the Diamond Castle, I think, that
Yeah,
was just like brown instead of white.
you know.
That was chasing the cat around, of
I
course.
mean, that was not the only reused skins in this. There's a lot of
No.
reused skins.
No. There are many, and we love to see it.
Characters who were not reused skins, but I kind of thought were the same character is Barbie's stylists. We've got Carrie and Taylor. So they
Mhm.
appear in the opening scene. I thought they were Grace and Teresa. Like they look
Yeah,
very similar. And they were
they
using
do.
magic at the beginning. I'm like, what is going on? Why why are
Did they
Grace
just
and Teresa using magic? But Grace and Teresa are not in this movie at all. Like none
No,
of her
no,
other
none of
friends are
Barbie's
in this
friends.
movie. It's Ken, Raquelle, and then Carrie and Taylor, these
Yeah.
stylists who are only in this movie.
I know, I'm surprised that the other friends weren't in it, but I guess maybe they're like, "We got too many characters, we
There's
can't do
or
it."
maybe they were like, "Oh, oops, they look the same. Let's not have
Yeah,
the same characters in this."
people will know.
So the secret is that they are fairies.
What?
I I can't believe that Barbie hasn't noticed this. Like, I don't maybe I was missing something in the intro, but it looked like they were just doing their magic in like broad daylight.
Oh, yeah, because like, they're going to this movie premiere, and Raquel steps on Barbie's dress and, like, rips it all the way up, like, up to her crack, like,
Yeah.
destroys this dress. And then Carrie and Taylor come in and use their magic to just like fix it in a second. And Barbie's just like, oh, cool. She just thinks they can sew really fast. Or,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't
she's
like what is the explanation? Like what is her
uh,
explanation in her mind?
but yeah, I don't think Barbie should be that surprised about the existence of fairies and magic because she saw the fairies in the last movie.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Like this shouldn't be that crazy. She knows that there's magic in this world. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess there's a different fairy like universe almost. They go to Los Angeles, which is a whole different
Los
thing. So you could be
Angeles.
surprised about that, I guess. Then that also begs the question, if we've got this whole universe with fairies, where are the fairies from? Do they
Do
have
they
their
just
own?
live
Are
in
they
a
from Los
void?
Angeles? Do they have their own version? Do
Well, yeah,
they
I
live
didn't
in
see
this
any
universe?
there weren't any small fairies in Los Angeles, I don't think.
No.
was more
Whether
just the
they were
normal
fairies
human
or
size.
children, there wasn't really
Oh,
any. They were all adults. So I don't know if they just start
yeah.
as adults or not.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember if the Fairies went over this in Fashion Fairy Tale, but they said something like they don't live in the wardrobe. They kind of like travel around. Maybe use the wardrobe like a portal of sorts. But then what's their home base? Like where are they
I would assume
just
the home
chilling?
base is the ward. Like they could travel around, but I would assume the wardrobe would be their home base. I have no idea.
Yeah, yeah, you would think. But anyway, we got just standard fairies in this one. And there's different types of fairies.
Yeah.
It seems to be very fashion focused, very shopping centric, because one of the I get Taylor and Carrie mixed up. I'm sorry, but one of them is a shoe fairy, which means that the what was it? The power her powers are dependent on how like
How
cool
fashionable
her
her shoes
shoes
are.
are. Yeah, so what
I
happens
have
when she's, like, not wearing shoes?
no powers, I guess.
No
My other
powers.
question is who is determining the fashion of the shoes? Is it
Right.
her own personal fashion sense or is it fashion sense at large? Like maybe she doesn't personally like these shoes, but they're in. Does that still give you power?
Right. Is it subjective or objective?
Yeah, I don't know. Is fashion objective? I think part of it is subjective no matter what you do.
Yeah, that's true. It's kinda all subjective. But then the other one is a purse fairy, and she just pulls random shit out of her purse, um,
Yeah.
which I also have questions about.
What questions? That she can fit everything
Like,
in here? It's magic.
yeah, I know it's magic, but some of the things she has in there are really specific. Like later Barbie asks if she has 4 chef outfits, and she does.
I
She
mean,
just happens to have that.
in the bloopers, she pulls out a whole moped.
Yeah, 2 mopeds,
Two
and they,
mopeds, that's
like,
right.
drive
Yeah.
around. Um, yeah, so I'm curious as to, like, does she have, like, literally everything in this purse, and she just kinda, like, digs around to find what she wants? Or does she conjure things? Does
I
she,
was
like,
thinking
create
that.
matter from the
Like, if she,
purse?
like, thinks about it, she can create it within her purse.
Yeah. But then they're like trying to escape this prison later, and she's pulling out things that are pretty useless.
Oh, that's true. She could've I mean, it seems like there's nothing that can break, these prisons except the power of forgiveness, which we find out later.
Yeah, yeah, we'll
But
get there.
yeah, you'd think that if she was able to create basically anything at any time, that that just seems too OP.
Yeah, yeah,
So
very
maybe
much
maybe it's
so.
not that. But you have
She just
this all of this fashion stuff for Carrie and Taylor. But then for Princess Graciella, she's a passion fairy, so it's not all fashion.
right. It's fashion and passion. They gotta
Fashion and
rhyme.
passion or fashion and emotions. I don't know if there's other emotion fairies. I
Yeah,
don't know. These are the only fairies I think that we know about that were
yeah, we
said.
don't find out what the other
Like what other
ones'
types there are. I
powers.
think these are the only three we know of.
Yeah. Before we go any further, I gotta talk about Barbie's house.
Her
We see
like
it right at the opening.
mansion.
Yeah, this fucking mansion with an ocean view. It's got it's got a wall of windows. It's got a waterfall.
I think
Like
it
half
doesn't
the
it also
house is a
have
waterfall.
like an infinity pool or some sort of pool in the front or
Yeah,
something?
I'm sure it does.
And it's got like ocean view. She's on this like hillside that looks over the ocean all on its own.
Yeah. Not another house in sight.
I mean, I guess she's a movie star, so
She
she's
is a movie
making
star.
money. I don't know how many movies she's
Yeah.
been in. Because they talk later about being in acting class in high school,
Right, so they're at
and they're
school.
still in high school.
Where are her parents?
One, where are our parents? Two, did she go from acting school to starring in major motion pictures as the star in like, I don't know, 2 years?
Or is she like a child actor and
Could
is
be
just
that
going to
too.
high school for kicks?
Man, that would how would all the other kids feel if you're in, like, acting class and it's just like, "Well, we just have a professional actor in here, like, I'm never gonna get any of these parts."
Well, that's how Raquel feels. That's why she's so goddamn jealous all the time.
But she's in the movies too.
Yeah, I haven't seen
She's
any
not the
movies with her.
star, but she is also starring in these movies.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, I don't know where
Um,
her parents are. She
her
is
s-
super
we see
rich.
her we see her sisters later in Barbie the Perfect Christmas. Um, we see her sisters in the same house. I remember from that one too. They got this big ass mansion, but the sisters are nowhere to be seen in this movie. It's just Barbie.
Yeah. No other family.
Yeah, maybe they're on a vacation or something. Maybe they're in Paris. I don't know.
Maybe they are in Paris. But they go to Paris later,
Everyone's
so
embarrassed.
I don't know.
Hmm. That they do go to Paris later. I forgot about that.
Everything is connected with this movie and
It's
Fashion Fairy
yeah,
Tale. Characters come back. We learn things about characters from Fashion Fairy Tale. It's
the
crazy.
lore. Another well, a character who shows up at the beginning of the movie at the movie premiere is McKenna from Barbie Thumbelina. It's just like the main kid character. She's just there trying to get Barbie's autograph.
And then Raquel pops her like gum bubble in her face.
Yeah, that was really chill. Thanks, Raquel. Raquel is such a bitch. Oh
She
my
is.
god.
Like
Like,
it's a valiant effort to have this movie be about forgiveness. And for certain things there is a reason to like forgive. I mean, Raquel talks later about how, she was just like, no, is it? Now I'm thinking about it more. It was all on Raquel. Like,
oh yeah,
actually, it was all on Raquel. But the other
yeah,
stuff where she's like shy and doesn't really want to interact and thinks Barbie doesn't like her, like, okay, like you're just kind of
sure.
insecure about this, and that's okay. But did you forget the entire plot of the last movie? The entire plot of the last movie was that she created this elaborate hoax to make Barbie think that Ken broke up with her, and then basically in this whole process forced Ken to go to Paris to apologize for something he didn't do.
Yeah. And did Barbie just forget about that too? Because she's just still, I mean, tolerating Raquel.
They
And
don't
it's not
they don't
until
mention that stuff. They mention these other
no,
little moments like, "Oh, we went to riding school, or like horse riding school together, and you put like shaving cream in my helmet," like these little pranks. But they they completely gloss over the plot of the last movie, which was a complete dick move. Like,
yeah, yeah, unforgivable, honestly. Maybe Ken didn't tell Barbie. Maybe he didn't explain what happened.
why
Otherwise,
wouldn't
wouldn't
he?
Barbie be pissed? Like,
Like, what would he have said? Like, because Barbie at this point probably still thinks that, like, what does he do to explain that it wasn't real?
right,
He
right. He
was
would
just like, "I
have
would
to
never do
explain.
that." Then she's like, "Well, you did. What
Like,
was that? What was that?"
well, yeah,
Insane.
because in that movie we don't hear him explain what happened, so maybe he just never explains it, and she's just like, "Oh, well, the romantic gesture was enough for me. I
I don't
didn't
need
need to
any
know."
explanation as to what happened there.
Yeah, yeah. But if she knew what happened, like what Raquel did, like if that were me, I wouldn't fuck around with Raquel. I wouldn't be around her at all.
No. I mean,
No,
and there
and
was
it
all the other stuff about Raquel trying to basically steal Ken before that and after that.
well, yeah,
It's like
she's
she's
continued
still putting
to
up
do
with
that.
it,
Yeah, it's only when like she ruins Barbie's dress that Barbie actually stands up for herself for the
which is
first
so
time
funny
in
because it's
years.
just the dress. It's not like that whole thing that happened in the previous movie.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was okay, I
Her dress is
guess.
the real priority.
It is. It is the fashion.
Yeah,
That is the
it's
problem. I
true.
I also like how so they have this whole premiere. Raquel steps on the dress, rips it, and then, they have to fix it with magic. And then later, there's like a big blow up outside of Wally's, where
Oh, love
Barbie
Wally's.
goes out to like talk to Raquel. And Ken, Carrie, and Taylor were also around, and they're like, "Do you want to go watch?" And they're like, "Yeah." And so I thought they were gonna like
Yeah.
watch from behind the wall, but no, they just go and stand there and just watch in broad like plain as day. They're just watching it go down. I'm like,
No shame.
all right, yeah, that's
They're
fine.
not hiding that at all.
No, like let's
I mean,
watch.
I
This
would
is
wanna
gonna be
watch
good.
too.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
go and watch. I don't know if I just literally stand like 2 feet away and just watch it happen.
That's fair. I didn't think about that. But they had to be outside so that Ken could get kidnapped by fairies.
Yes. Oh, and at the premiere, we also meet the villain of this movie, and you know it's the villain because the green is there
She's wearing poison green
immediately. Yep.
again. Her name is Crystal. She's another bitch.
We didn't get to hear what type of fairy she was, right?
Yeah, what type of fairy do you think she is?
I don't know, a jealousy fairy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that would suck.
Basically, her entire plot is to have Princess Graciella marry Ken so that she can get with Zane,
Who's
her love
Graciella's
interest who likes
boyfriend?
Graciella. Yeah, who are, I guess, together. And
Yeah.
in the process would trap Ken in Los Angeles forever because if a fairy marries a human, the human has to stay.
What's
This
with
whole
that
plot,
also?
I don't know. Also, yeah, Princess Graciella in general just seems like a horrible ruler.
Well,
Like
well,
she
I mean, she was.
banishes she
Oh
banishes
yeah,
her
right.
friends from Los Angeles because they stopped inviting her to things because she always said no. She always was busy because she had her princess duties.
Yeah,
And so she
like they
took
could
that
have
as,
just
"Oh my god, they hate me. I'm going to banish them." Like that is so petty.
maybe talk to them about it first. I don't know, just an
Or
idea.
just not be their friends anymore
Yeah,
instead
just
of
ghost
using
them.
your royal power to banish them from Los Angeles.
She was she let the passion go to her head, I guess.
Like she ends up taking this love potion to fall in love with Ken. It's like, oh, she's mean because of that. But I think she was kind of mean before that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was trying to giving her the benefit of the doubt because she was under the influence of a drug the
No, the
whole
other stuff like
time.
that, whatever. That was under, yeah, she was under this love drug thing. But the other stuff, she was in her whole right of mind there.
Yeah, that's true. That's kind of fucked up. She just banished her friends without even like talking to them about
Like there's
it.
always these like weird like dictatorship undertones for these places. Like Mermaid Tale had, she was basically a dictator, but like later on when they're trying to get to the palace, there's all of these like typhoon looking things, these tornadoes that like guard the palace. It's like,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
something's kind of off here.
Yeah, yeah. Why do you need those? The swirlnados.
The swirlnadoes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, maybe not the best ruler.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. But she kidnaps Ken.
Hmm.
Um they all take it pretty well for like the fairy stuff. Like
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for
Ken
Barbie.
is more so like, "Oh, what are you doing? Like, why are you grabbing me?" Instead of like, "What is going on? What are these fairies doing here?" Like,
Yeah, Ken's just along for the ride.
it kind of is.
Yeah. God, he went through so much shit in Fashion Fairy Tale, and now he's going through so much more shit in
He
Fairy
does. Yeah,
Secret.
he just
It
gets
was
put
kind
through the
of
ringer in all these movies.
yeah, it was wild watching Fashion Fairy Tale and then this one pretty directly after it because poor Ken, oh my god, he cannot catch a break,
I
this
mean, at the end
man.
of the day, he kind of just rolls with the punches.
Yeah,
Like
he
throughout
does
this
his
entire
best.
movie, he obviously doesn't want to get married, but he's kind of just doing it,
Yeah,
doing
he's going with the
whatever is
flow.
asked.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's a really chill guy. I just feel bad for him. All the stuff that he's had to go through. He's gonna need therapy after this.
Yeah, well, everything at the end of this movie was just a dream. So does it all? I mean, I guess you'd need therapy for the first movie.
Yeah, I think he still needs therapy.
And then the therapist is like, just get away from Raquel. Just do not
Yeah,
associate with Raquel anymore. That seems to be the issue here.
yeah, yeah. Maybe we don't need Raquel around anymore. Um, so yeah, Ken is kidnapped and taken to Los Angeles, and he is basically like forced to get married. Well, they don't get married yet, but Princess
They get married by the end of
Graciella.
the day, or they're going to.
Oh yeah, by sunset. That's the plan. Um, but yeah,
It's like
she's
Shrek
she's
all over
super
again.
jazzed.
Ken's gonna turn into an
Exactly.
ogre.
Oh man, I wish we could have seen that. But Graciella's love interest, Zane, what a man.
Zane is great.
I
Like, you
love
look at
Zane.
Zane at the start, and he looks like he's gonna be the super full of himself, like dumb as rocks character.
Mm-hmm.
He's super nice. I mean, I, at the beginning, he's frustrated with Ken, but it's kind of understandable because it seems like to him, Graciella just turned on a dime out of nowhere, and then
Yeah,
he's
I mean
he's
she
just
kind
like,
of
"What
did.
is happening?" And then probably like, "Oh, what did you do to Graciella to Ken?" Because he doesn't know what's going on. But he's just like a
Right.
G. Like he's super
Yeah, I mean he
nice.
he does try to like kill Ken, but other than that,
That seems to be how
he's
these duels go. Because again, there's like dystopian undertones to these universes,
yeah. What is this, Hunger Games? Like Zane
but this just
challenges
seems par for
Ken
the course.
to like he challenges him to 3 duels in succession.
That is true. He does. But I like
Yeah,
Zane.
I'm not. I like him too. He was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Also,
I don't know.
um,
Like Zane, like does not like listen to Crystal ever. Like Crystal is out here being like super like crystal clear about, oh, date me
yeah.
basically, and then Zane is just like, no. Why is
Wow,
Crystal still going?
it's just like
Also,
Raquel and Ken.
yeah,
We got the
that's true.
parallel there.
But then why is Zane even putting up with it anymore? Especially at the end. Zane does
Oh
not
yeah,
seem particularly angry about it.
yeah. I'd be pissed. Like Crystal's the one who's fucking everyone over and basically like entrapping Ken, because in this society, if you get married, you're trapped
Again,
in
the
Los
dystopian
Angeles.
undertones here are wild. I don't
Yeah.
understand it.
Like, what if you want a divorce?
So, like, fairies can go to the real world
Yeah.
seeming like pretty easily because there are several other characters that are fairies, like just a random clerk at a store is also a fairy. Like, how many fairies are among us in the real world?
Yeah, I was
Is this
wondering,
like a body
like,
snatcher situation where they're going to slowly like take over? Like, are they slowly going to outnumber humans? I don't know.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
But theoretically, they could come to the real world and just live their life. But then, if they meet someone and fall in love with someone, they are forced to go back.
Well, maybe some of them stay.
Like, if you get married to like a human gets married to a fairy, they have to stay. Would that mean that they like I'm just wondering the logistics here. If they get
Yeah.
married in the real world, does that mean that they can't go back to Los Angeles? Because if they do, they would have to stay there forever. Or would it mean that they have to go back to Los Angeles and they can't go back to the real world?
Hmm.
If they
Yeah.
meet in the real world, which they would have to,
I
because the
know, I was gonna
humans don't
say, like,
go to, they don't have the ability to just go to Los Angeles.
no, they don't know
So,
about its existence.
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
Or do they have to
okay.
get, if they get married in Los Angeles, if they choose to go back to Los Angeles, then they're stuck there? But then that just
Yeah, I
seems really
think
petty. Like, why would the other stuff not matter? Because if
right.
that's the case, why wouldn't you just leave, get married outside of Los Angeles, and then be able to go back? So it has to be they're forcing you, or else that
Yeah,
other law
so
wouldn't mean anything.
no matter where you get married, if you're marrying a fairy, you have to live in Los Angeles.
I guess.
So you just like teleport there as soon as you get married?
I don't know. I don't know if there's like a secret police that like brings you back when you get
A
married.
fairy secret
Oh
police.
my god.
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, if they could just get married outside of Los Angeles, then yeah, they wouldn't
Then that
they
solves
wouldn't
all the
be
problems.
trapped. Yeah, yeah,
So it has to be somehow, if they get married, no matter what, wherever you are, if it's a fairy and a human getting married, they have to go back to Los Angeles,
yeah.
which is kind
Wonder
of
is
screwed up. Like, what if you just have like the fairy and the human both have their whole life in the real world, and then they just have to
yeah.
uproot it all and go back to Los Angeles just because they fell in love and got married? I don't know.
Do you think this is a law? Do you think like Princess Graciella has
I think so.
enacted this law?
Everybody knows. I mean, we meet a couple later. Was it like Rena,
Yeah, and Great
who was married to
Graylin.
Lord Gastrus? It's Lord Gastrus's skin, but it's Graylin.
He's wearing Lord
He
Gastrus's
is.
skin.
He's wearing Lord Gastrus's skin. It's him
Yeah.
in Mariposa universe, but now in the fairy universe,
Mhm.
different
So he's still
universe.
a fairy.
He is a fairy. Yes, Arena's the human. And yeah, they talk about it. It's a rule. They had to come back. Or they had to be in
Why?
Los Angeles. We don't know if they came back to Los Angeles before they got married or not. But they just talk
Yeah.
about it like it's a thing you have to do.
But why? Like, why is this law?
I would assume it's for the fairy secret because they don't trust the human.
Oh, you gotta keep him trapped. I
I
see.
guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. And it's also for plot reasons, but
It is also very much for plot reasons. If the whole Ken thing wasn't here, I don't think they would have this plot point.
all right. Okay. Okay. That makes some sense, I guess. They just don't want the humans to know.
Still,
It's a
dystopian.
secret, a fairy secret.
It is a fairy secret. And the other fairy secret is that there are a lot of other fairies in the real
It's like
world. Like
what,
Lilliana
like half the
Roxelle from the last movie
population?
is also a
Yeah, the
fairy.
fashion designer. So they travel to Paris. They
Through
take
the fitting stall, the one fitting stall in every single changing room area that is always locked, but no one's inside. That's
wow.
always how it goes. And that is the
Yeah.
fairy teleporter door.
Yeah, you know how it goes, Kev. You
Yeah,
know.
obviously. You
You've
you
been
always
there.
notice that.
Mhm.
It's not because someone absolutely trashed that fitting room closet and they have to clean it up. Definitely not
No, it's
that.
because it's a secret fairy
It's
flyway.
a fairy flyway, of course, that
Also,
takes you to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
if
Oh,
Ken
if
could have
Ken knew of
used
that.
the flyways in the last movie, he would have gotten to Paris so fast.
Oh, but that would have meant that he would have been stuck on top of the Eiffel Tower because there's
Well,
no
that'd be
elevator
another
that goes
problem
up
for
that far.
him.
Yeah,
That's true. That's
he
true.
would need a ferry.
Just call the Flaries to come get him.
So they go up to the top of the Eiffel Tower and then they have to fly to Liliana Roxelle's house to talk with her. And they're basically like, "Oh, we can fly around because it's at night and no one will see." This is Paris. There's like streetlights and all this other stuff and you're flying really close to the ground. Someone going to see
Yeah.
you. I'm sorry. Someone
Yeah.
going to see you or an outline or something. You don't They seem very blasé about it. There are multiple points where you're supposed to keep it a secret. Like they just turn into their fairy form in the parking lot of Wally's at the end of the movie. Like, what if someone's just driving by on the street or
Mm,
walking or in the
hmm.
restaurant?
Maybe so many people are fairies, so it doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah,
But
I
then it
don't know.
wouldn't
Well,
need to
then
be a
what's the point of the
secret.
fairy secret? What is the point of this rule? If everybody knows.
Yeah, what's the point of their secret fairy hand signal that they always do?
Oh, yeah.
They got like wiggle their
Like
fingers at each
gang
other.
signs or something. They're fairy signs.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like they would have been spotted the way they were flying.
Apparently not.
Yeah, I guess they're good.
Also, they fly up to Liliana Roxelle's house, and it's like this penthouse, and they fly up. The door looked like it wasn't an entranceway to the house. It was like the like balcony or
Yeah.
something. And Liliana does not seem to be surprised. She opens the door like it's, I guess, because she's a fairy. Do all the fairies enter from that way? She just seems so
Yeah, I
chill
think
about it.
so.
She's like, "Oh, what's up?"
Uh-huh.
at the balcony entrance.
Yeah, I mean, she probably throws some really sick parties in there.
That's true,
The
because she's
fairies all
also rich.
come. Yeah, yeah, her penthouse is really nice.
Shout out to her floating table that was floating for seemingly no reason beyond just like, yo, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, just because, they're
Because I'm a
fairies.
fairy, I can do this. Hopefully, no one looks in the window and sees that this table is just floating in the air.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe she's high up enough off the ground that no one would see.
Maybe it would just be the
What about
people on the other side, like the other buildings,
the
who
window
could like,
washer?
or the window washer. Maybe she does it herself because she can fly. She just does it at night.
Oh, I don't think she would stoop to that level though.
no,
She's too rich.
everybody's too rich in this. But she also like makes potions or something. So she
Oh
made
yeah, they get
this.
the antidote from
Yeah.
her.
And conveniently, there's only like one dose of the antidote left.
Of course. Yeah. hmm So then we take the, was it a flyway again or just a portal or
I think it's
whatever
a
it was
fly, like her
named?
own personal one.
Yeah,
But her own
yeah.
personal flyway just goes to like a random park, like random green space island in the middle of nowhere. I thought it'd like go back to her. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you'd think
I
it'd
thought
go
it would
back
go
to
back
like
to
her
like some short
house or
because she's like,
something.
oh, I have this in case I need to go shopping. She has all these doors for shopping. So you think that the Los Angeles one would also end up going to like a store, but
The mall. Yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah, you're right. It's like this island that's off to the side.
And they're talking about how Graciella can't remove this one. She was able to block all the other ones. Did they say why she
I
couldn't
think to Oh, why
lock
she
this one?
couldn't? I
Yeah,
think cuz
why this one specifically she couldn't lock?
I think cuz Liliana is such a big name and
Would
maybe
that be
she's
bad
just really
PR?
powerful. Yeah.
wow.
Uh-huh.
So she could do it if she wanted to, but she's just been forced basically because it'd be a bad look for her.
Mhm. Can we talk about how Los Angeles is basically sitting over an endless void?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, what is this just like in space somewhere? But there's
Yeah.
gravity. Like
Yeah, cuz they
it's
have to
not like it's
fly
not like well, they all fly, so it's fine. But if Barbie or Raquel falls, they fall. Like
forever.
gravity pulls them down. So would gravity just pull them forever?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. It's
And is
fucked up.
this the one play? Like, do you fly in this void for a long time and then you get to another location? Or is Los Angeles the only city in
There's
this
gotta be
universe?
more. There's gotta be more.
Just in this void?
Yeah, maybe the fairies haven't explored it.
Like, if you fell long enough, there'd be more of these little islands.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
There's
weird.
gotta be more than just Los Angeles.
You would think. We don't know. So we have to go shopping once again. The first
We
like
have
we had to go
to.
shopping in the real world to go to get to the flyway, and then we have to go shopping again so that they can get wings. It's
Yeah,
all
they go
about
to Wings
shopping.
and
Wings and
Things.
things, yes. And
That's
this
where
is
we
where we
meet
see
Lord
Lord Gastrus
Gastrus.
and all this.
Uh-huh.
And Rena also being such a bro. it's like, you guys were banned. I should be calling the cops. Are you? No.
No. No, you're good. We're Gene.
Like, thank you.
Yeah,
Clutch.
Rita was great.
Just doesn't care. Like, yeah, that's fine.
No. No, she's living her best life.
And they're also, I don't know how well known they are in this universe in Los Angeles, but they're just flying around with not a care in the world. Like, is there not like most wanted signs or something? Like, if you see this fairy, like send them in. They don't seem to
Yeah.
care
Yeah,
until
maybe
they
it's
get
been
to
long
the
enough.
castle. That's when they care. But like when they're flying around normally, they don't really care.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe Graciella thinks there's no way they can get back anyway, so she's not worried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they get wings from Wings and Things. And Barbie is naturally talented at
It's a
flying,
god,
of
as
course.
always, because
Yeah.
she's a god at
Yeah.
everything.
Yep. Yep. And Raquel is honestly naturally like jealous. I would be too. Like it'd be hard to be around Barbie all the time. She's like amazing at everything.
That is true.
Like
Yeah.
I kind of don't blame her. She's an asshole, Raquel, but I can understand some of her
Jealousy.
jealousy
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, if the last movie didn't happen the way that it did, it would the plot of this of forgiveness would make more sense. But
Yeah.
we can't ignore fashion fairy tales in the same universe. So
Right. And Raquel didn't apologize for any of the shit she pulled in Fashion Fairy Tale.
no, like that is not something you come back from, especially this soon. I feel like it's probably been like a month or like a couple of months or something.
Yeah.
Like you don't forgive that easily.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
not buying it.
Yeah. All right.
What I
Let's
am buying
return
is Ken
to.
being awesome. Every time we go back to him, he's got this new incredible scene. There's one scene where they have to like fit him with armor, and it's all like too small because Ken is naturally just beefing. Like he's too
Yeah.
huge for this armor, and so they just have to put him in this tiny armor,
He's
and then they give
busting.
him tiny wings to fly
Mm-hmm.
around in, and then they're telling him to do magic, and he doesn't know any magic, so he just pulls the like, oh, I'm pulling my finger from my hand. Zane sees through it
Classic.
immediately.
Yeah, he's not amused.
It's like, no, that's your other finger.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's also got
Uh,
some sick moves with like dodging the magic.
he does. He's got some good dance moves too.
Also, his laugh has lived rent free in my head for the past like 13 years.
Same.
And he does it
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
twice. He does it
I
two
know.
times.
I heard it the first time. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm
There it
here
is.
for."
It's so
And then I got
dumb.
to hear it again. It's my lucky day. But yeah, I
Ken
love
is
his fancy
great.
little footwork. It's so
Oh yeah, where
fun.
he's kind of just like kicking the magic off. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then he does a matrix move.
He does the obligatory matrix.
You
Gotta
gotta.
have it.
Yeah. He's so good. I love watching him. It's like best part of the movie.
He's been
Almost.
like
Almost.
some of the best parts of these last two movies. Just Ken. And he's
Yeah.
just taking it, he's just rolling with the punches. He's like, well, shit, I gotta do this duel. All right. Time to
Let's go.
dodge.
Yeah.
The
Also,
other oh, yeah.
hmm? One of the fairies attending Ken has the most vacant expressions.
I
She's just
didn't
kind of
notice.
like
Oh.
staring.
Staring at nothing or staring at Ken?
Sometimes at Ken, sometimes at nothing. Like there's not a lot going on in there.
Maybe that's why she's not doing a bigger job. She just has to stand there and guard.
Mhm.
Not much
Mhm.
else needed.
Yeah. Also they talk about how if Ken loses the duel, they're going to have to rebuild him.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
he's gonna get like eviscerated or something.
Yeah. That's uh that's pretty
How
messed
much
up.
how much would it be of Ken if they have to rebuild him? Like, do you lose something if you die and then get rebuilt by fairies? Is it you again, or do
Is
you
it
lose something in
some
the process?
Frankenstein's monster situation?
Ugh.
Luckily we didn't have to see that
No.
cuz he did
Which do you
his
think
little
is the best backup name for Ken that Graciella keeps calling him? All of these other names.
Oh,
We've got
yeah.
Kent, Kevin, Glenn, Len, Trent, Dennis, Kyle, and Kirby.
Kirby.
Kirby was one of the late ones. I think they ran out of like
Yeah,
rhyming
that's
names.
a stretch. I think just cuz it starts with a K.
What do you think he
Kirby.
could be?
What? Like what of the names is the most fitting for him if
Yeah,
he
yeah,
wasn't Ken?
yeah.
Not Len.
Not Len. No, I also don't
No.
think Glenn. Glenn doesn't work.
No, not Glenn. Not I don't
I
think
I like
Kirby
Kevin,
either.
but I don't think it works for him personally.
You like Kevin, really?
Um, I'm not seeing him as a Kirby.
Yeah. What? Maybe Trent? Uh,
I
I don't
think
know.
out of these, I would put it Kent, Trent, or Kyle as my top 3 of what he could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
The other ones I don't think work at all. I don't think
Hmm.
he's a Dennis.
No, Dennis, definitely not. Maybe Kent. I mean, it's the closest
It's
to
really
Ken.
close. Yeah, it's just Kent. She's really good at coming up with any other name besides Ken.
Ken isn't that hard of a
It's
name.
3 letters. All these other
It's
ones are
3
harder.
letters. Yeah, yeah. She's just making it more difficult. Then we go back to Barbie and Raquel and what Carrie and Taylor. And they're trying to get to the castle, but they run into the swirlnados. Luckily, 4 Pegaponies show up.
Where did they come from? I did
The
not see them
void.
anywhere else in this universe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
also
guess well we
they're
saw
so
like cats
shy.
and dogs.
So they wouldn't talk to you or come up to you unless they really like you. And they could just
Okay.
tell, apparently.
Yeah, yeah. Also, apparently Raquel's special skill is horse wrangling, because she has a way with the Pegaponies,
Yeah. Also,
which is
Barbie
hard for
just
me to
like throws
believe.
her into the fire. Like it's good to have confidence in your friend, but there's all these swirlnados, and it's just like, yeah, Raquel can do it.
Yeah,
Follow you.
yeah, you
If
got
you
it.
if we all die, it's your fault.
Yeah, you got this, girl.
Like, okay.
Okay.
It's impressive because she's weaving through all of these swirlnados, and she also has to know that not only can she make it through, but that the 3 people and the Pegaponies behind her can also make it through. She needs to know the timing for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. She does it flawlessly. So this is the one thing that Raquel is at better at Barbie.
And that's how she knows that she can have forgiveness, because she found one thing that she's better at than Barbie.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And once they make it to the castle, we get the introduction of the best character. Sorry, Ken, it's like 1A and 1B basically of the
Mhm.
best characters. It is a guard, this
Yep.
guard that is standing outside, uh I guess guarding for the wedding ceremony, and so they disguise themselves as chefs to go in, and one of them is carrying fairy cakes, and
Not just any fairy
not just
cakes.
any fairy cakes. This dude, they cast his voice so well. Like it should just be just a random guy, but his
Yeah.
voice is so deep. It is really weird and incredible. So he's
Well,
like,
and
halt.
the character model is Spencer
It is
from Fashion
Spencer.
Fairy
So it
Tale.
also
So
feels weird because like Spencer has this really high pitched voice,
yeah,
like
he's
high
kind of
pitched, kind of
dweeby.
annoying voice. But
Uh-huh.
this guy is just like, are those fairy cakes with buttercream icing? And then they're like, oh, do you want one? He's like, mm.
Mm.
He just like moans a little bit.
Uh-huh. God, his voice is so good. They like knocked it out of the park with him.
And they knew it was so good because he's in the bloopers. He
Yeah,
comes back, this
yeah.
random character,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do
They're
the
like,
fairy
yeah, we
cake
know
thing again.
he's the best. Yeah, and the blooper of I think one of the Pegaponies steals his cupcake is
Yeah. Well,
tragic.
he did get the cupcake the first time around. So
Thank God.
it's not like he didn't get it both times. So,
Yeah, he was really enjoying that cupcake
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Best character. Like if I'm remembering anything from this movie, it is Ken's laugh and the
Fairy
fairy
cake
cakes
guy.
guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's iconic. I was so excited for his scene. Also I did tag myself as him because I love a good cupcake.
Yeah. Do
And
you like the
those
buttercream
look
icing?
hell yeah. I do want one. Thank you very
They did
much.
look very good. Like, and he didn't even, I don't think he even thought that they were like trying to break in. He just wanted the fairy cakes. He just thought that they were regular chefs and was like, I just want one of these.
Yeah, give me that.
Hopefully it's fine if I just eat one.
He deserves it.
He
He
does.
earned
He's
that
just been
fairy
standing out
cake.
there. Come on. Man needs
Mhm.
sustenance.
Yeah, give the man
He
a
needs the
fairy
fairy
cake.
cakes. Like, come on.
Yeah, love that guy.
Yeah. And yeah, he really enjoyed it when he took a bite. He's like, oh.
Oh
Like
yeah.
blew his load or something. Like it was a lot. He gets a little too much enjoyment from the fairy cakes, I think.
Yeah, yeah. They must be pretty darn good.
It's the buttercream icing.
Hmm.
That's the
All about
difference.
that buttercream icing.
So they get into the wedding, and seemingly nobody knows who they are until Crystal looks at their shoes. Like they were talking through part of this, and they were like what, Carrie and Taylor, they were talking. They were like, "Oh, you've taken this love potion," and no one realized that it was them until they looked at the shoes, and they were like, "No
She's
one
a
else would
shoe
wear these
fairy.
shoes. It's
Yeah,
it's her." Like it's all
yeah.
about the shopping and the fashion. It's not about your personality or who you are. It's the fashion. The fashion
No, we
gives you
don't. We
away.
don't. We don't care about your voice, what you look like. It's all about the shoes.
It's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then they get imprisoned in these big hamster ball things. Excuse me. Fury spheres.
Fury, because it's passion from the passion fairy,
Uh huh.
the
Mm-hmm.
fury. Also, through all of this, I'm still so surprised that Zane is not angrier at Crystal, because now Zane knows exactly what's going on.
Wait,
And
does he know at this point?
yeah, because they say it. They're like, you have been like poisoned or whatever.
Oh
Or
well,
not
nobody was
poisoned.
believing it though. At
He
this point.
does.
Oh, he does.
Zane believes it.
Oh yeah. Then I.
Because he's like, oh, you're not feeling yourself throughout this whole thing.
But
And he's
does he?
still,
Is he like smart enough to realize that it was Crystal?
I
I
feel
know
like
later they figure that out.
even when everybody knows it's Crystal, he's not that mad.
Oh yeah, none of them are that mad. When they expose her in the end, her punishment is just to clean the castle. That's it. After she like kidnapped and trapped Ken and almost forced him to live in Los Angeles forever.
Yeah, a bigger punishment was definitely in order than what she got.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Zane
She
almost
got
just
off
feels
easy.
defeated, almost. Like it's just like
Yeah.
there's nothing he can do. And
Mhm.
then Crystal is still trying to get with him through this entire thing. And Zane is just like sad boy hours, is just like super sad. It's like, oh, once Graciella is married, maybe you can find love somewhere else with me. And then he's just
Yeah.
like really sad. Like he doesn't even acknowledge.
He doesn't register her.
Like, Crystal, just give it up. Okay.
Yep, please, it's not gonna happen.
But this is the
There's
point
a
where Raquelle and Barbie become friends, and I basically, Raquelle apologizing for some of the mean stuff
not
that she's
everything.
done. And Barbie apologizes because she didn't invite Raquelle to sit with her at lunch.
Yeah, after Raquel was being such a bitch. Barbie has nothing to apologize for. Literally
like,
nothing.
like,
They play the scene like each of them is at fault and they both have things to apologize for. Barbie shouldn't be apologizing for shit. Like Raquel's the one who treated her like dirt.
and it's not like Barbie like ignored her at the beginning.
No.
Barbie tried to talk with her and invite her to things, and Raquelle was just mean about it and
Yeah.
wouldn't reciprocate. So as Barbie, why would you try again? It's like,
No,
okay,
I
Raquelle
would have
hates me for
given
some
up.
reason. I'm just not gonna engage. And then Raquelle gets more mad because it's like, well, you didn't invite me to things. It's like, bro, like you were mean to me.
Yeah, you were
Why do
being mean
I
to me.
why am I obligated to try again?
I'm Yeah, you don't have to like be besties with everybody. And why are you going to be besties with somebody who's treating you like garbage?
And continually treating you like garbage and trying to steal your boyfriend and plays pranks on you and is doing all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just Raquel like ignoring her, it's like all this other
No.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, but
Like,
Barbie
I'm
just
all
should have
for,
been.
overcoming insecurities, and there was definitely a part of it, like a part of jealousy that I think most people could understand, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's a good lesson. But Raquel is so far down the line that that almost doesn't register anymore, especially after the last movie.
Yeah. We know what you did, Raquel. You can't hide from us.
Like, that was actual malice, like
Yeah.
like getting them to break up. Like, this was a pre-planned thing.
Oh, so manipulative. Yeah, I'm with you here. Like, I appreciate Raquel like apologizing and admitting to being insecure and kind of. it- I like that we got some of her backstory with why she's such a bitch, but we didn't need Barbie to apologize. Like,
Yeah, you Barbie can accept Raquel's apology
yeah,
and
Barbie
she can
can
decide
forgive
what to do.
Raquel.
Yeah.
That's
Barbie
all that
has
needs to
nothing to
happen.
apologize for.
No, no. I think Barbie was just being nice again. It's just like, oh well, Raquel's apologizing. I guess
I
I
guess
should
I
apologize
have to as
too.
well. Like, no, you don't.
You do not.
You do not have to do that. But of course, forgiveness is what
Breaks the
breaks
curse.
the curse. And I guess it makes sense because it is kind of about forgiveness, both for them and then for Graciella and Carrie and Taylor. But again, it's also a completely one-sided thing because Carrie and Taylor, the reason
Right.
they stopped hanging out with her is because she always said no. And I think that is a totally valid thing to do. Like, if you try and reach out to people time and time again and they say no every single time, why should I try anymore? That's just
Yeah,
effort to
that's
get
fair.
rejected every single time.
Mhm.
So I don't
Mhm.
feel like if they just left and didn't even try, then okay, you can apologize for sure. But I don't think you need to apologize for being like, yeah, we tried to hang out with you and you kept saying no, so we stopped trying.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it'd be one thing if I don't know if Graciela was like, "Oh, I really want to hang out, but I have this going
These
on.
duties, yeah.
Please,
Maybe
yeah,
let's
please keep me in
reschedule.
mind." Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe next time.
But if she's
But
just
if
like,
you're just getting hit with the no over and over with no real explanation, then yeah, stop trying.
just forgiveness that seemingly only needs to go one way, but they have to go both
Yeah,
ways, of course.
they gotta make it equal.
And yeah,
Um,
I'm just watching this whole scene. I'm like, if Barbie tried harder, I think she says it at one point. If she tried harder, maybe like maybe we would have been friends. No, I don't think there was anything Barbie could have done to make Raquel like her. I think it's this
yeah,
crazy situation that is making this possible. If it was just normal day-to-day life, if you tried harder, I think Raquel would hate you more.
yeah, she would twist it in some way. Like I feel like if Barbie had invited her to sit with her at lunch, she still would have been an asshole to
Yeah.
her. It's just like, oh, maybe she would think that Barbie is just like pitying her
Yeah.
or
It's
something
just a
like that.
self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's
Yeah,
like there is
yeah.
nothing Barbie could have done.
Oh,
I
agreed.
It's
Completely.
just how it was going to go.
Yeah. Yep. But they get a friendship glow up and they
We
get
do.
new
Yeah.
real wings this time.
Yeah, does that do you have to sign a
So
waiver for that or
that's some like body transformation right there.
also at the end of the movie they basically get their memories wiped and it's all just a dream. A fault of Raquel. If Raquel didn't
Yeah,
open her
it's her
stupid
fault.
mouth and say like, "Oh, we got to tell the paparazzi so that they can hear about this." Everybody has to know. If she didn't do that, they would have been able to not have their memories wiped. But of course, Raquel screwing it again. Does that mean that they have these wings in the real world and they're just dormant
Yeah.
and they could
And yeah, useless.
somehow maybe appear again? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if there's something that would
like
trigger the wings.
accidentally.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Man, now I want another movie about that.
Very Secret 2, it never happened.
Yeah, because the idea was that they could travel between worlds and their wings would appear when they went to Los Angeles and then they would disappear when they came back to the human world. But yeah, since Raquel fucked it up, they don't get to use that OP
Nope. They just
power.
screwed that. Also, they were
Yeah.
talking about how the wings would disappear when you go back, but they can definitely bring the wings back because the fairies all can do that. Like they'll go
Yeah,
into the
do
real
they
world
have
and not
that
have their wings, but
control?
they can like summon their wings at any time in the real world as well. So it's not like if you're in the
Right.
real world you can't use your wings. That's not how it works.
Right.
So they could choose whenever. And to be fair, I would not trust Raquel with the secret at all. That is
No.
a
No.
fair choice to not trust her.
Even after she's become somewhat of a better person. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's too much to trust her with.
It's in this scene that we get our last character skin. This is where Todd, the director from Fashion Fairy Tale, shows up. He's the officiant
Yeah,
of this
marrying
wedding,
Ken and
as
Graciella.
Ken is just like locked up in these chains.
Yeah, he's chained at the altar. What a vibe.
Also, he gets forced to say things like the high
Yeah,
pitched voice.
Graciella, yeah, like manipulates his vocal cords and like makes him say I do. It's messed up.
It's crazy. But then they
Yeah.
get into a fight as they're trying to douse her with this antidote where you just have to dump it on her, I guess. She doesn't have
Yeah,
to
like get
ingest
it
it, you
close
just get
enough.
dumped on.
Also earlier, the when Graciela goes to fight, she throws the bouquet behind her, and the officiant catches it.
Oh,
Does that mean he's getting married next? Maybe to Spencer,
maybe
Fairy
just
Kid
yeah,
Ken?
yeah. Why I wonder what their names are. Is it Todd and Spencer again, or do they have new names in
Yeah,
this
we never
universe?
hear their names, but
I
I
wonder
imagine that
if
they're
if
Todd
if
and
they're
Spencer.
just doubles. Fairy and human world is connected, and there are just doubles of each person in the fairy world.
Or are they actually Todd and Spencer, and Todd and Spencer are
Are also
fairies?
fairies, and then they also have
Yeah.
human jobs and fairy jobs.
That's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, I feel like I just pick one. I think that's too many jobs.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's not that hard to become an officiant, so
Yes, I
maybe
have done it. You
that's
just
right.
you just sign up on. It depends on where you live, but if you live somewhere where it's okay, you can just sign up and then you're done.
So maybe Todd is just like a director and an officiant.
That's true. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's just friends with Graciella or something,
Yeah,
and so was called
he's
in.
got connections.
Who
I
knows?
like it. I like that headcanon.
But after all of this, yeah, Crystal, her punishment is basically nothing. She does like
Yeah.
she just has to clean the glitter up one after the wedding is over because
Yeah.
Graciella's marrying Zane now.
Oh, that's right. Yes. But like, I don't think she'd learn her lesson from that.
Yeah. Uh,
What punishment would you give her? Death.
yeah. Well, according to some of this random dystopian stuff, I don't know. Would you just banish her from
Oh
fairy
yeah, maybe
world again?
she.
Just
You
do the
know,
same thing as you did with the other friends for
she
an actual
deserves.
reason?
Right, right. She deserves being banished more than Carrie and Taylor ever did.
Yeah. Or just put her in the fury sphere for a while. I
Yeah.
don't know, 6 months,
Uh huh.
like a little punishment or something.
Yeah. No, instead she just cleans
I
up
mean, I
after
guess
the
do they just
party and then
assume that
it's
now that
chill.
Zane is marrying Graciella that she knows that she has no chance?
I think she'd still try to go for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty crafty.
But yeah,
Give
they
her that
lose the
bouquet.
opportunity to know about fairies when they go back because of Raquel. So they go back and they're all just talking about this dream. But I guess I thought they were just going to pull Raquel's still like we're just back to square one. But apparently
Mm-hmm.
she believes her dream enough to not be mean. It's just a
Yeah,
dream that made it possible.
it's a powerful dream.
And then Carrie and Taylor leave forever. This is their only movie.
Oh.
Did you notice the voice actor for one of them? So
Hmm.
it was kind of throwing me off because you have one who is like British
Yeah.
and it feels like a lot older. But with Carrie, her voice actor is the same person who played Stacy in Princess Adventure and Chelsea the Lost Birthday.
What? I didn't even
Yeah.
recognize her.
So for me, like I thought it was familiar, so I looked it up. I'm like, oh, that's right. And so every time I heard her afterwards, she seems way younger than
Right,
the
right.
other
She's
friend.
voiced by Stacy, who is teen.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt
Oh,
kind of odd.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. I did think it was odd that one of them had a British accent and the other
Yeah,
didn't.
it's a little weird.
Well, well, okay. Los Angeles, I feel like the fairies are probably more like, I don't know, American, or it's like a melting pot. Um, but that means like the British fairy maybe came from another fairy.
Gloston,
Glost.
I don't know.
Gl-
London.
yeah. Hmm. I can't think of any good
It's not as
makeup
easy. I have to think
fashion
about that.
puns.
Yeah, maybe
No.
it is like a melting pot, or maybe there are other areas in this void that we don't know.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. Oh, my tag was at the very end. Ken being a little like pack rat, a little rat trying to steal the food from Barbie. He was just like grabbing the fries off of her plate.
Oh
That's me.
yeah, he tried to steal her ice cream too
Oh, he
when she
did.
had
He
a
did
full
steal the ice
sundae.
cream. Yeah, and he's just like get a spoonful. Yeah,
Come on,
that's
eat
me.
your
Yeah,
own ice cream.
I'm hungry.
You have your own ice cream.
Yeah, but what if I'm still hungry? I'm just trying to prep myself so that I can eat
Okay.
my own ice cream and then be full.
Eat
Also, Ken probably should
Barbie's
have just
ice cream
ordered a burger.
first.
Either that or he just ate his burger already. But I think only Barbie had a burger at the end.
Yeah, Barbie is so
So maybe
rich
Ken,
she
that
can
was on
afford a
you.
burger.
But I do be getting a little peckish at the table. Someone
Yeah,
got some
yeah.
open food there. I might just steal one or two pieces.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
You want to hop into the outtakes here? I
Oh
feel like
yes.
again with these outtakes, I appreciate some of them. I'm so glad that that Fairy Cakes guy is back. In the old movies, I felt like they were actually like blooper outtakes where they had one of the scenes and then they just had something go wrong in the scene.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now it just feels like it's behind the scenes stuff. And that's what it's felt like for all these other ones. It's just like, oh, here's what the actors were doing, between takes or whatever,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Or it's more just like here's what the characters are doing, because at one point it's just like what they pull mopeds out of the purse and are just like riding around in the Fury sphere.
Yep. And then you've got Raquelle's wings falling off and she falls. Like that's funny. Haha. Like that's a blooper, I guess.
Yeah.
Raquelle drops her dresses. I don't know how she didn't drop her dresses in the main scene because she was carrying like 30 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Ken rips Barbie's dress in the exact same way that Raquelle does, except it's not on purpose, but it
Maybe it's
still
a
rips
problem
in the
with the
exact same
dress.
way. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hot chocolate. She orders a hot chocolate, and then they seem to be sentient hot chocolate.
Yes, a lot of the objects have wings. The hot chocolates, there's a skateboard that has
So if
wings.
I'm drinking it, am I killing it, or is it the bottle? Like, is the bottle
Huh.
alive, and then like I drink it all, and then it flies back, and they reuse it?
Oh. Or are the wings kind of like they are at wings and things, and they just like slap the wings on
Yeah, but with wings
and
and things, you have to think about it for them to work.
oh my god, you're
So
right.
something has to
the
be
coffee
sentient.
cup. The coffee cup is sentient.
I hope it's the coffee cup and not the hot chocolate, because if it's the hot chocolate, then we're killing it
Oh
as we're
no.
going.
Oh no.
Yeah, a little creepy.
There's so much to think about.
And then the last one, the obligatory pets being a menace. I mean, give Crystal more work because they dump all the glitter when
That's
she's
good.
grabbed it all and she has to clean it up again. But it's not even that bad. It kind of like one of the boxes dumps and then she basically just has to like push it back into the box. It's not like it went
I
everywhere.
know. It just dumps in the same spot. I know glitter is notoriously hard to clean up, so maybe it
That's
is
true.
really bad. A lot of work.
And those were the outtakes. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention the best one. Fairy cakes guy. He was trying to eat his
Yeah.
fairy cakes, and then the pets again.
The
The
Pegapony
Pegaponies.
stole it.
Yeah, roll in.
Not cool.
He already got his though, so I think it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I want him to have more, though.
So, what did you think of Fairy's Secret?
Oh, I loved it. It was so fun. I love seeing these characters again. Ken, incredible, flawless performance. I loved like Raquelle's redemption arc. We talked a lot about how
If
how
she deserves it or not?
yeah, or like Barbie definitely doesn't need to apologize, but I really did appreciate getting some of Raquelle's reasoning and backstory and her actually like owning up to some of the shit she did.
I'm really
And then
glad that
them bonding.
they didn't retcon it because they could have retconned it with the dream thing. I'm really glad that they
Yeah,
didn't.
me too. It really seems like she's gonna turn over a new leaf and try to be better.
Hopefully,
Yeah, we'll
not trying
see.
to
Time
steal
only
Ken
time will
anymore.
tell. Yeah, but I really liked that. I liked her character development and the focus on forgiveness and friendship.
And I do think that these cast of characters for this generation of Barbie, maybe it is just like a lot of Ken, but I think I really like this cast of characters. Whether Barbie's friends constantly change, I feel like they serve kind of the same purpose. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about the tight knit group that I quite like. Maybe it's the continuity of it. Because with the other
Yeah.
movies,
This.
it's always changing and the friends are playing somebody else. But it's nice to see growth of characters throughout, or just see the same characters again, like put in different situations.
Yeah. Yeah. There is something special about these two movies in particular, Fashion Fairy Tale and Fairy Secret. I love the way they're connected.
And then no pets. Oh my god, it was
Thank
incredible.
God. Yeah. What
And the
a relief.
Pegaponies, they were just there, like that. They were
Yeah, they
fine.
were fun. They were like vehicles.
they were just they were just transportation. They
Yeah.
had no character, and they stole the fairy cakes, I
Honestly.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that was, if you removed the pets from Fashion Fairy Tale, I feel like that's a perfect Barbie movie.
Yeah.
Like that was the only thing that was really wrong
Dragging
with
it
it.
down.
And they
Mm-hmm.
removed it here. I think the only thing that I'm not 100% on is the villain here. Like,
Oh, Crystal. Yeah.
on the one hand, I appreciate that it's a different plot than just I want to take over, because that was getting old. But it also just seems super petty of just
Oh,
like, oh, I
yeah.
just want to date this guy. I just
Yeah,
even want a
that's my whole
chance. So I'm going
reason.
to like ruin this guy's life and
Yeah. Totally fuck him
drug the
over.
princess, the queen to date him and marry him.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty messed up what she does.
And then, yeah, she doesn't even really get punished for it.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
what is up with the green? Green should not be evil. I
Yeah,
don't
green's a great
understand.
color.
It's a
Better
yeah,
representation for
it's good
green.
fashion. She has good fashion. The green
She
again,
does. She's got a good look. Kind of reminded me of the villain in Fashion Fairy Tale. Similar vibe.
like green. So we
Yes,
settled
it's all the
on
green.
another S, back to back S's for
Wow.
Fashion Fairy Tale and A Fairy Secret. But
Yeah, I
I
think
think they
well
both hold
deserved.
up in different
I mean,
ways.
the fairy cake just bumps it up
It
naturally.
does. Fairy cakes. I mean, Ken is great again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, yeah. Any scene that Ken is in is so good. Also, I
Truly.
really like the relationship between Ken and Barbie. I think they work really well together. Like there was that scene at the
Yeah.
beginning of the movie where they're just like hanging out at Wally's, and then they're just like playfully almost like sword fighting with the spoons. Like they're just super
Yeah.
chill together.
They are. They are. I do
And
love
then
their
Ken is just
relationship.
great in any other scene.
Mm-hmm.
His dance moves are so good.
Unmatched. Yeah. Truly. And then we
Uh,
gave Crystal a D.
yeah, I don't know.
Just
Yeah,
the
it's different.
motivation.
It's kind of low stakes. and I do not
High
agree with
stakes
her
for
punishment.
Ken.
High stakes for Ken, yes. Low stakes for her. Like, well, one, the punishment is not that bad, but like also there's not a whole lot riding on it for her. It's literally just getting together with Zane or not,
Yeah. But I mean, that's her whole life, apparently.
apparently.
That's all
Yeah.
she cares about.
Just give it up. You were even trying when Graciella was going after Ken, and he still didn't want you, so
Yeah. You
I think you
should
need to
know at this
cool it on
point.
that.
Yeah. It's over.
But yeah, besides kind of a weak villain, this movie is great. This movie stands alongside Fashion Fairy Tale, I think,
Oh, definitely.
as a classic. It's not a classic, it's a
Mhm.
fairy movie, but I think it stands as a classic. Even though Fashion Fairy Tale is a classic, what is going on there?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a classic in my heart.
Take a look at little bits of trivia here. In the opening sequence, this comes from the Barbie movies wiki, of course. Thank you to everybody who is getting all of this information, the true dedication of the fans, because there is a
Wow.
lot of stuff here.
Doing God's
Um,
work.
while Barbie is getting ready in the opening scene, there is a rack of clothes that contains the final dress she wore from Barbie: A Fashion Fairy Tale.
Oh, I did notice that. I noticed some of the fashion from the fairy tale.
Yeah. What else do we got? Yeah, lots of dresses I think were used from Fashion Fairy
Hmm.
Tale. This one I'm curious. I'd need to get more more confirmation on this, but according to the wiki, the filmmakers stated that even though this film and the last film take place in the same universe, it is not a sequel. That is garbage if true,
What?
because
What?
they specifically like they meet the same characters from the last movie
If it's
and
not a
they there's
sequel, what is
continuity.
it?
I don't know. Same universe, different timeline, but it can't be a different timeline because Lilliana knows Barbie and she
Yeah,
met her in the
yeah.
other one.
It came directly after.
So either the wiki is wrong or the creators are on something.
Hmm. Hmm.
Cuz I don't I don't agree with that.
No, me either. I feel like it's a direct sequel.
And then
What are you
one
talking
goof
about?
is that Barbie's handbag is missing during the premiere.
Oh my god, maybe she set it down somewhere.
Nope. It is adhered to her cuz she's turning into a handbag fairy. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Not
yes,
a
yes,
purse
she
fairy,
is.
very different.
She's secretly a handbag fairy.
A fairy secret, the fairy, very secret fairy. And that is Barbie: A Fairy Secret. But the fun doesn't stop here. Unfortunately, we're going to be leaving this universe, but the next movie is still a banger from what I remember. They were also released on the exact same day, A Fairy Secret, and the next movie we're taking a look at, Barbie Princess Charm School.
Oh,
Both were
love it.
apparently released on March 15th, 2011. So they're just
Wow.
going off for some reason.
Yeah, that's wow.
It'll be a little sad to leave some of these characters because it's a different world for this one where
Yeah, I'm gonna
Barbie's
miss Ken.
poor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Barbie.
Oh, Barbie as
Yeah. Right.
Barbie's
She's
character. That's right. Yes. So she's
it's
never
another one of
poor.
her movies.
She's just playing one of us poors in this movie.
Barbie could never.
No, she's too rich to be poor. Obviously, there's no universe. She can only try and get into the character of a poor person. There's no way she
Yeah,
could
it's
actually
pretty
be
hard.
one.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's the
But
only unbelievable thing would be
no,
if
yeah.
Barbie was poor.
But that is the movie we're going to be taking a look at next month. So get excited for that. But that is going to do it for us on this episode of the Barbie Council. New episodes release on the first of every month. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever else you get your podcasts. And make sure to follow us on your podcast service of choice so you never miss out on the new episodes. And we're also on YouTube at the Barbie Council. And there you can watch the video version of the podcast launching alongside the audio version every month. And Spotify also has the video version, so you can check that out there. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can be notified of each episode.
If you want to follow our podcast on social media, we're at Barbie Council on Instagram, and our email is thebarbiecouncil@gmail.com.
And that wraps up this month's meeting of the Barbie Council. Until next month, meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.